Good day to all students. Today I am taking Morphology of Angiosperm Plants 11th Biology chapter number 5. In this session 2020-21 CBSE reduced the syllabus. So this chapter includes the content that is flower, inflorescence and family, either Solanaceae or Liliaceae. This is depend on the choice of the student and vary teacher to teacher depends है ना. You have either learned the Solanaceae or Liliaceae. So the root, stem, leaf, seed and fruit, these topic deleted from this chapter, and just the student have to learn about the flower, inflorescence and families. So let's start the chapter. LS of flower, longitudinal section of flower. The internode of branch that lies below the receptacle is called pedicel. So we can say, what is flower? Flower is modified shoot. Modified shoot. It consists stem and leaves. So all the wall, the calyx, corolla, stamen and endoecium considered as a leaf, and embryonical axis, the receptacle axis is known as stem. So combinedly it called modified shoot. So the internode of the branch that lies below the receptacle is called pedicle. Receptacles के below वाला region क्या कहलाएगा? Pedicle कहलाएगा. और receptacles पे क्या present था? All four walls is there. The outermost wall is calyx. The secondmost is corolla. Then thirdmost is male reproductive organ, that is endoecium. Stamen wall is there, that called endoecium, and carpel's wall is there, that called pistil or gynoecium. Sometimes small leaf-like structure are present in the pedicle, and okay, this is the pedicle. So pedicle, small leaf-like structure is there. These small leaf-like structure is called what? Is called bracteoles. So this is the important term, bracteoles. What is bracteoles? Sometimes small leaf-like structure are present in the middle or pedicle. They are called bracteoles. Okay. Different, these are the different flowers. Okay, flower consists, this is the again receptacle, and two wall, the outermost wall is called sepal, calyx, the individual part of the calyx called sepal, and the secondmost is corolla, individual part called petal. This is the endostamen, or this is the carpel, and the wall of stamen is called endoecium, and the wall of the carpel is called pistil. We discuss later. Then type of flower on the basis of floral parts. Okay, what type of the different flower on the basis of floral parts? There are three categories. One is hypogynous, second is perigynous, and third is epigynous. What is the meaning of hypogynous? When there are four floral part is there. The outermost is sepal, then petal, then stamen, and then carpel. Okay, when the four floral part are developed above the what? Above the receptacle, and ovary present above to the another floral part, then it called ovary called superior ovary, and the flower called hypogynous flower, because other floral part other than pistil, other than pistil, all the floral part are arises from below the pistil, then it called hypogynous. In this condition, the ovary is present above the another floral part, so this ovary is called superior. So hypogynous flower condition के अंदर ovary क्या होगी? Superior होगी. Now second, perigynous, all other floral part act other than pistil, other than ovary, what happen? They arise, they develop from the middle of the ovary, middle alignment of the ovary, so it called perigynous. Okay, and the perigynous, in this condition the ovary is half superior and half inferior. Now the third condition, epigynous. In this condition, as you see in this diagram, the another floral part like sepal, petal, stamen all arise from the above the ovary. Above the ovary, it means ovary is just below the another floral part, so ovary is inferior. Ovary is inferior. So in case of hypogynous, the ovary is superior. In case of perigynous, the ovary is half inferior, and in case of epigynous, the ovary is inferior. Okay. Now, if there are floral part, trimerous, tetramerous, pentamerous, on the basis of the floral appendages. Suppose there are four sepals. Suppose there are four sepals, then it called tetramerous. There are five sepals, then it called pentamerous. If the sepals number is 3, then it called trimerous. On the basis of the number of floral appendages, the flower again divided into the types trimerous, tetramerous, and the pentamerous. Now on the basis of symmetry, again it divided into actinomorphic, zygomorphic, and asymmetry. We discuss in the next slide. Now general correct the description of the flower. General, as per the general description, what happened, general description के अंदर हम पढ़ लेते हैं. General description of flower: the flower are termed pedicellate if they possess stalk, and sessile if they lack them. If the stalk is present in the flower, then flower is called pedicellate. The stalk of flower called pedicel. Okay, pedicle. The stalk of flower called pedicle, and if the pedicle is present, then the flower is called pedicellate, and if pedicle is absent, then flower is called sessile. Okay, now next point: the flower may be described as complete if it bear all the floral part. If all floral part is there, sepal is there, petal is there, stamen is there, pistil is there, all is present, then flower called complete. If one of them is lacked, what happen? If stamen is not there, flower is called incomplete. If pistil is not there, flower is called incomplete. Okay, so out of 4, if one of the floral part is lacking, then flower is called incomplete. Okay, flower is called bisexual if they bear both androecium and gynoecium. It means if androecium and gynoecium both are present, then flower called bisexual. And out of androecium and gynoecium, if only one sexual organ is there, then flower called unisexual. Okay, and as you know that if only stamen is there, then flower called male flower. And the another name of male flower is what? Another name of male flower is staminate flower. Why? Because only stamen is there. Only stamen is there, then it called staminate flower. And if there is only pistil, only carpel is there in the flower, stamen is not there, then it called pistillate flower. So staminate and pistillate flower are two type of the condition of the unisexual flower. Okay, and if flower lack both sex organ, there is neither stamen nor pistil, both are lacking is there, both are not present is there, then that condition is called neutral flower. Okay, now next condition. Next general description of the flower is the according to distribution of the male, female, and bisexual flower, various pattern is there. The first is monoecious, present of male and female flower of the same plant. These are monoecious and dioecious are two different conditions of the unisexual flower. Okay, they are, we can say they are two different type of the unisexual flower. If staminate flower and pistillate flower, listen carefully, if staminate flower and pistillate flower present in the same plant, then plant is termed as monoecious. Example are Acalypha, Coccus, and Ricinus. Okay, and if plant bear only staminate flower or another plant bear only pistillate flower, then that condition is called dioecious. In this condition, the male plant and female plant is different. Okay, example Cycas, Papaya, Vallisneria are the example. And polygamous plant are those plant having all three category of the flower. All three category of the flower. In one branch there is a staminate flower, in another branch there is a pistillate flower, and in other branch there is a bisexual flower. It means bisexual flower is there, unisexual staminate, unisexual pistillate flower is there. All three different category of flower is there in the plant. Then that type of the plant is called polygamous. Example is Mangifera and Polygonum. So these are the important terminology, students, you have to learn for your examination. Now symmetry of the flower. As per the symmetry we discussed that earlier there are three categories: actinomorphic, zygomorphic, and asymmetrical. As you know, actinomorphic means when a flower can be divided in two equal part by any vertical plane, then it called actinomorphic, just like radial symmetry. Just like radial symmetry, a flower can be cut into two halves by any plane, any vertical plane into equal and similar halves. That type of the plant, that type of flower is called actinomorphic. And example are mustard, brinjal, catharanthus, rhogeus. Zygomorphic is like bilateral symmetry, in which the flower can be cut in two equal halves by only one vertical plane. Then that condition is called zygomorphic. Example is pea, larkspur, and ocimum. And asymmetrical means when a flower can't be cut in two equal halves by any vertical plane, then it called asymmetrical flower. And the example of asymmetrical flower is canna and orchid. So this is the diagram of zygomorphic, and these two diagrams are belonging to actinomorphic. Asymmetrical flower which can't be cut into equal half by any plane. Example are canna and orchids. Now next condition. Flower consists four walls. The first one is calyx, second one is corolla, third one is androecium, and the fourth one is gynoecium. Okay, so calyx is outermost wall, its individual part called sepal. We discuss one by one. Okay, first one is calyx. So this is the calyx. The first word is calyx. This is the outermost wall of floral. The individual leaf segment of calyx is called sepal, and there is two terminology with respect to the sepal. If sepals are united, then it called gamosepalous, and if sepals are free, then this condition is called polysepalous. This is very important terms, students. So you have to learn this terminology. So, mostly this question will arise in the examination. Now the second most wall is corolla. As you know, this is the second most wall, and its individual part is called petal, and the same condition, it is colorful because it attracts the insect for pollination. Again, there is a same condition, that is if the petals are fused, then it called gamopetalous, and if petals are free, then it called polypetalous. Okay, now the third one बाद में करते हैं, उससे पहले हम एक टर्मिनोलॉजी कर लेते हैं, एस्टिवेशन. सो व्हाट इज एस्टिवेशन एक्चुअली? Estivation of sepals and petals. It means the arrangement of sepals and petals is called estivation. Okay, the estivation again divided into four types: valvate, imbricate, twisted and waxillary. वन बाय वन डिस्कस करते हैं. देखिए इसमें आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा. फर्स्ट इज valvate. Sepals and petals do not overlap the sepal or petal and margin, that is example is calotropis. As per this diagram, the corners, the margins of sepals and petals lies just opposite to each other. It means they not cross to each other, and margin are lies near to each other. Then that type of condition is called valvate. Okay, do not overlap to each other. And the twisted, in this condition the margin are overlap to next one. Okay, one margin of the petal or sepal overlap to the next sepal or petal. So that condition is called twisted, and twisted type of the estivated arrangement of sepals and petals is present in China rose. Now third one is imbricate. The margin of sepals and petals overlap one another, but not in any definite direction in Gulmohar. It is again margin overlap, but all the margin not overlap, just one or two margin overlap to each other. That condition is called imbricate. It present in Gulmohar. And waxillary is the modified imbricate, in which the largest petal overlap the two lateral petals. This is the largest petal, the abovmost, which is present towards the posterior end. That posterior end petal is largest. It called waxillum. It is called waxillum. It overlap the lateral petals. These are two lateral petals. Lateral petals are called wing or keel, and the lower two petals are united. These lower two petals are called corona-like structure. Okay, so total 5 sepal or petal is there, but arrangement is just like this. It is also present in the pea plant, in the family of the pea plant. So it is also called papilionaceous. So this is very important terminology and very important question for your examination. What do you mean by papilionaceous, and what is waxillary estivation? It is present in pea plant. Now the perianth. In some plant, if there is only one wall is present instead of calyx and corolla, either it may be green or may be colorful. So this wall is called perianth, and its individual part called tepals. This spelling is just wrong. It is tepals. Okay, it is tepals. Okay, so this is the right spelling. The floral overlap include both calyx and corolla is called perianth. It means instead of the calyx and corolla, only one wall is there. That one wall is called perianth, and its individual part is called tepals. Now endoecium. This is the third most wall. It is also called the wall of the male reproductive organ. This is the third wall present outside the corolla. This individual part called stamen. And as you know, the stamen consists two parts. The upper part is called anther and the lower part is called filament. Okay, stamen again divided in two parts. The upper part called anther and lower part called filament. Again, there are the certain terminology regarding the stamen. Epipetalous, if stamen are attached to petals, that is called epipetalous. If stamens are attached to perianth, then it called epiphyllous. Stamen may be monoadelphous. Okay, now बहुत सारे स्टेमन आपस में जुड़ जाते हैं. ओके, सो जुड़ के अगर वो एक ग्रुप बनाएंगे, है ना, यूनाइटेड इनटू वन बंडल, ऑल द स्टेमिन are united in to form a one bundle, then it called monoadelphous. Example, China rose. If it form two bundle, then it called diadelphous. Okay, example, pea plant. And it form more than two bundle, then it called polyadelphous. Example, citrus family. So monoadelphous, diadelphous, polyadelphous are the different terminology which depend on the formation of group by the unite of the stamen. Now next wall is gynoecium. As you know that gynoecium is the female reproductive wall. This is the fourth and the last wall, floral appendage of carpel. It represents female reproductive organ. It means the pistil and gynoecium is the fourth wall. Its individual part called carpel, and the one pistil consists three part. Uppermost is stigma, middle one is style, and lowermost is ovary. Okay, now these is the individual part carpel. If suppose there is two or three carpel and all the carpels are united, the united carpel is called syncarpus. And if the carpels are free, just like the custard apple, okay, then that type of the carpel is called apocarpus. Carpels are free, then it called apocarpus, and if carpels are fused, then it called syncarpus. So these are the two important terminology regarding the carpel. Now placentation. We know that inside the ovary, ovule is there, and ovule are present on the tissue arrangement present in the ovary. That tissue is called placenta. So we can say ovule arranged on the placenta. That arrangement is called placentation. Now placentation again divide into 5 types: marginal, axial, parietal, free central, and basal. Now we take one by one. Marginal. Placenta from a ridge along a ventral suture of ovary in a pea. It means when the ovule present at the ventral suture, not on the dorsal side, toward the ventral side, ventral suture, only one ovule is there, and that is present toward the ventral suture, that it called marginal, because present at margin. Example is pea plant. पी मटर आपने खाए होंगे बच्चों, तो मटर के अंदर आप देखते हो कि जो सीड्स होते हैं वो मार्जिन्स पे लगे होते हैं, वो मार्जिनल प्लासेंटेशन से बनते हैं. क्योंकि सीड किससे बनते हैं? फर्टिलाइज ओवरी इज कॉल्ड सीड एंड फर्टिलाइज ओवरी इज कॉल्ड फ्रूट. Now axial margin of carpel fused to the central axis. It means actually ovule present at the central axis, and as per diagram, the placenta present is in the compartment. That compartment is called locule. The compartment is called locule, and the ovule present in the central placenta, and in the axis of the central placenta, then it called axial placentation. Now about parietal. Parietal ovule develop from inner wall of ovary. Example, mustard. These are parietal. Parietal means ovule present at the peripheral wall of the ovary, peripheral placenta of the ovary. That called parietal. And if the free central ovule born on the central axis of the placenta, that placenta present only in the center, not present at the corners. That condition is called the free central, because ovule present the central axis lacking septa, because there is no septa. That example is dianthus. Now basal, placenta develop on the base of ovary. अगर placenta ovary के base से develop हो रहा है, it means ओव्यूल भी वही बेस पे प्रेजेंट होगा, देन इट कॉल्ड basal. Example, wheat family and sunflower. This is the diagram of the basal placentation. Now again these are the diagram. This is the axial. आप टोमेटो को कट करते हैं, आप सिट्रस को कट करते हैं तो आपको एक्जियल प्लासेंटेशन नजर आता है बच्चों। आप जो जितने भी ककड़ी होती है, आप वाटर मेलन को कट करेंगे या जितने भी ये अपने कोकुम्बर को कट करेंगे तो उनके अंदर पेराइटल प्लासेंटेशन होता है। फ्री सेंट्रल आपने नहीं देखा होगा जनरल लाइफ में, वो डायंथस के अंदर प्रेजेंट होता है। तो पेराइटल और एक्जियल अपन देखते हैं। बेसल वीट है, वीट आप देखते ही वीट में एक ही सीड होता है, तो बेसल प्लासेंटेशन भी आपने देखा होगा। नाउ दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एक्जियल एंड पेराइटल। एक्जियल प्लासेंटेशन हमेशा सेंट्रल एक्सिस से होता है और सेप्टम भी प्रेजेंट होता है। अब देख रहे हो इसके अंदर लॉक्यूल, जो ये बीच में स्पेस होते हैं, स्पेस को लॉक्यूल कहते हैं। तो लॉक्यूल कितने हैं? 3 लॉक्यूल है। और ओव्यूल कितने हैं? ओव्यूल हर एक लॉक्यूल में 2 है, तो टोटल ओव्यूल 6 हो गए। ओके, तो अगर आपको पूछा जाए कि व्हाट इज द कैटेगरी ऑफ द लॉक्यूल इन दिस प्लासेंटेशन, देन द आंसर इज ट्राइलॉक्यूलर। और इसके अंदर आप देख रहे हैं एक ही जगह है, देयर इज ओनली वन blank space is there, that is called unilocular, and ovule is again 6. So as per the ovule both are the similar, but as per the locule there is a difference. In axial placentation it is trilocular, and in case of parietal placentation as per the diagram it is unilocular. Okay, so this is about locule and the septum and the ovule. Okay, now next condition, inflorescence. This is the second important topic of your syllabus of this chapter number 5, morphology. The flower are born single or in cluster. A flowering shoot or an axis is bearing a cluster of flower that called inflorescence. Group of flower present on the floral axis, that is called inflorescence, and the floral axis is called peduncle. The main axis of inflorescence is called peduncle. There is a question will arise in the examination, that is what's difference between pedicle and peduncle. Pedicle is the stalk of the flower, whereas peduncle is the axis of inflorescence. एक अकेले फ्लावर का जो स्टॉक होता है उसको पेडिकल कहते हैं, लेकिन बहुत सारे फ्लावर की जो एम्ब्रियोनिकल एक्सिस होती है जिसपे फ्लावर लगता है, जिसके ऊपर फ्लोरल एक्सिस के ऊपर फ्लावर लगे हुए रहते हैं, दैट फ्लावर एक्सिस इज कॉल्ड पेडिकल. ओके, now these are the different diagram, that is spike, racemose, pedicle, corium. This is the detailed diagram, but in your syllabus there is only 2 type, that is one is racemose. The first type of the inflorescence is racemose, as seen in diagram, that the main axis continues to grow, are born laterally in an acropetal, or flower are born in acropetal. मेन एक्सिस कंटिन्यूसली ग्रो, यहाँ पे ये डायग्राम में आप ध्यान देंगे, ये वाला फ्लावर बनाया जो रॉन्ग है, यहाँ पे मेन एक्सिस जो है वो कंटिन्यूसली ग्रो करेगी, ओके. और फ्लावर जो अरेंज होंगे वो एक्रोपिटल ऑर्डर में. एक्रोपिटल का मतलब दिस इज द फर्स्ट फ्लावर, this is the first flower, this one is second, this one is third, this one is fourth, this one is fifth. The new flower always develop it towards the top, not towards the base. That's why it's called acropital order. And so examples are mustard and radish. Okay, and flower are arranged from outer periphery to central region. This is called centripetal arrangement of flower. Okay, centripetal growth of flower. So first point, the main axis continuously growth, unlimited growth is there. Second point, the flower are born laterally in an acropital order. Third, they arrange in a centripetal manner. And fourth example is the difference. Now second is type cymose. In cymose, the first flower comes on the main axis, that's why the growth is limited, now they arrange in this manner. This is the 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. It means new flower always arise towards the base, that is called basipetal order. Okay, the flower are born in a basipetal order. Example, ranunculus and freesia. And the arrangement of flower from center to periphery, so it called from center to periphery, so it called centrifugal arrangement. Okay, and example are ranunculus and freesia. Now about floral formula. The floral formula is a form of short-handed, that is record flower structure with a series of symbol. This symbol is what? The first abbreviation P for perianth, K for sepals, C for petals, A for androecium, and G for gynoecium. So first you have to learn the abbreviation, and the P for what? P stands for perianth, K for sepal, C for corolla, that is petal, A for stamen, and G for gynoecium, that is carpel. Okay, now again this table represent K for what? K is stand for calyx, C for what? Corolla, ER for bracteate, EBR for ebracteate, A for androecium, G for gynoecium. If underline is there below the G, then ovary is superior. If line is just middle of G, it called inferior. This symbol for male, this is for female, this is for bisexual flower, and this plus for the actinomorphic symbol, and this is percentage symbol for the zygomorphic. So you have to learn all the symbol for the floral formula. Again, this is table represent all the content. BR for what? Bracteate, BRL bracteolate, EBR ebracteate, BBRL ebracteolate. If bract is present, it called bracteate. If bract is absent, it called ebracteate. Now male, female, bisexual, actinomorphic, zygomorphic. If calyx, it means a leaf-like structure present just surround the calyx, then it called apicalyx. K for calyx are free because there is not bracket is not there. If K present inside the bracket, it means it's gamocephalous. C for corolla is free. If it is present in the bracket, it means it is gamopetalous. CX corolla is cruciform. It means petals are arranged in a cross arrangement, that called cruciform. P stands for perianth, A for androecium are free. If bracket is there, then it called stamen are free, androecium are united. If P and A, if there is a just like symbol arrangement is there, it means epiphyllous. It means stamen is attached with the perianth, that called epiphyllous. If a stamen attached with the petal, that called epipetalous. G for gynoecium, it is free, bracket is there, then it called gynoecium are united. If underline is there below the G, it called superior. Above the line is present above the G, then it called inferior. And if there is a attachment point is there between G and A, and it is called gynostegium. Okay, so these are the symbol representing variety type of the meaning. Now the Solanaceae and Liliaceae. Student, as you know, there is only one family is there in your syllabus that chosen by you pupil, and Solanaceae or Liliaceae. But you have to learn both family because different question also can be asked in your examination. So first is the systematic position. Class Solanaceae belongs to dicot, and as you know, the Liliaceae belongs to monocot. This is the subclass Gamopiteli, series Bicarpellati, order Polymonials, and family is Solanaceae. And it is series is coronary, order is Liliaceae, and the family is order is Liliales, and the family is Liliaceae. So the first difference is Solanaceae is dicot, and the Liliaceae belongs to monocot. Now this is the first differences about the habit, root, stem, and leaf influences. So habitat mostly herbs, example Petunia, Solanum, and Nicotiana. Habitat at perennial plant. So this is the first difference. Solanaceae के मेंबर herbs होते हैं और इसके मेंबर जो होते हैं वो perennial होते हैं. एग्जाम्पल आप स्लाइड को देख के नोट कर सकते हैं. नाउ अबाउट रूट. रूट के अंदर देख रहे हैं आप ब्रांच्ड टैप रूट होता है, जबकि यहाँ देखेंगे तो एडवेंशियस रूट होता है. ये डिफरेंस हो गया है ना. सोलानेसी में टैप रूट होता है, इसके अंदर एडवेंशियस रूट होता है. अबाउट स्टेम के बारे में देखेंगे तो स्टेम इज इरेक्ट, सॉलिड, सिलेंड्रिकल, ब्रांच्ड होता है. और यहाँ देखेंगे तो इरेक्ट होता है. क्लाइंबिंग एज स्माइलेक्स, ब्रांच, अनब्रांच्ड, अर्विशियस, फाइलोक्लेडेड भी होता है रस्कस के अंदर. तो अलग अलग वेराइटीज़ होती है. तो दिस इज अबाउट द स्टेम. इसमें आप अलग अलग इसमें आप नोट कर सकते हो. सिस्टम सिंपल सा डिफरेंस ये है कि इसमें सिलेंड्रिकल होता है और इसके अंदर क्लाइंबिंग होता है. नाउ अबाउट लीव. लीव के बाद में देख सकते हो लीव कॉलाइन होती है, रैमल होती है, एक्स स्टिपुलेट होती है ना, जो मेन डिफरेंस आ जाएगा. और सेसाइल होती है, अल्टरनेट अरेंजमेंट होता है. इसके अंदर देखोगे तो रेडिकुलेट है, कॉलाइन है, रैमल है, कॉलाइन रैमल. सो वेरियस टाइप ऑफ फाइलोटैक्सी, अल्टरनेट, अपोजिट वॉल. इसके अंदर केवल अल्टरनेट था, इसमें और भी फाइलोटैक्सी शो करता है. तो ये मेन डिफरेंसेस हो सकते हैं. बाकी आप इसको रीड करके नोट्स बना सकते हैं. नाउ इन्फ्लोरेसेंस एक्सिलरी और एक्स्ट्रा एक्सिलरी साइमोज होता है, और यहाँ पे देखेंगे तो रेसिमोज होता है. यहाँ पे साइमोज इन्फ्लोरेसेंस है, यहाँ पे रेसिमोज इन्फ्लोरेसेंस है. मेन है, बाकी एग्जाम्पल्स दिए हुए हैं, आप डिटेल कर सकते हो. तो ये थोड़ा थोड़ा एक लाइन आपको याद रखना है. अब नेक्स्ट ले लेते हैं इनके फ्लावर के बारे में. फ्लावर में देखेंगे तो ब्रैक्टिएट होंगे और ये ब्रैक्टिएट दोनों कंडीशन हो सकती है, कंप्लीट होता है, एक्टिनोमॉर्फिक होता है और यहाँ जाइगो कभी कभी जाइगोमॉर्फिक भी हो जाता है, बाइसेक्सुअली, रेयरली यूनिसेक्सुअल, और पेंटामिनस और हाइपोगाइनस होता है। तो बाकी कंडीशन इसमें आप सेम देखोगे, इसमें भी हाइपोगाइनस होता है, पेंटासाइक्लिक और ट्राइमिनस, कभी कभी इसमें ट्राइमिनस, इसमें पेंटा यानी कि सेपल और पेटल पाँच होते हैं, 5 इन नंबर होते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पे ट्राइमिनस होता है। तो मेन डिफरेंस ये है कि ये पेंटामिनस होता है और ये ट्राइमिनस होता है, जो कि मेन डिफरेंस है, बाकी लगभग सेम ही है। और सेकेंड कंडीशन ये होगी कि इसके अंदर कैलिक्स और कोरोला दोनों हैं सोलेनेसी के अंदर और लिलियसी के अंदर केवल पेरियन, ये सेकेंड डिफरेंस हो जाएगा। अब कैलिक्स और कोरोला दे ही रखा है यहाँ पे, है ना, 5 होते हैं और दोनों जुड़े हुए होते हैं, गैमो होते हैं, गैमोसेपेलस और गैमोपेटलस होते हैं, यहाँ पे केवल पेरियंत होते हैं, वो 6 इन नंबर होते हैं, 6 और 2 वॉल में प्रेजेंट होते हैं। ओके, फ्री और फ्यूज दोनों कंडीशन होते हैं, डिपेंड्स ऑन द मेंबर्स। नाउ अबाउट एंडोसियम, स्टेमन 5 होते हैं, कुछ कंडीशन में 4 भी हो सकते हैं, लेकिन इसमें स्टेमन जो होते हैं वो 6 होते हैं। और इसके अंदर एपीफाइलस यानी स्टेमन आप बाउंड और जॉइंट टू द पेरियन, एपीफाइलस कंडीशन होती है, जबकि आप यहाँ देखेंगे तो यहाँ के अंदर एपी पैटेलस कंडीशन होती है। फिर गाइनोसियम की बात करेंगे, बाइकार्पलरी सिनकार्पस होती है, यहाँ पे ट्राई कार्पलरी होती है क्योंकि 3 कार्पल्स होते हैं। तो ये मेन डिफरेंसेस हैं। और प्लासेंटेशन की बात करेंगे तो दोनों में प्लासेंटेशन तो एक्सियली रहता है, जो कि सिमिलरिटी है, दोनों में प्लासेंटेशन एक्सियली रहेगा। फ्रूट नोट कर सकते हैं कि इसके अंदर 1 सीडेड बेरी होता है, इसमें कैप्सूल होता है, और सीड एंडोस्पर्मिक विद स्टेट और कर्ड एम्ब्रियो होता है, इसमें भी एंडोस्पर्मिक एंड मोनोकोटिलिडन्स होता है। सो दीज आर द मेन डिफरेंस बिटवीन सोलेनेसी एंड लिलिएसी। नाउ दीज आर द डायग्राम। ये फ्लोरल देख रहे हैं आपके अंदर, सबसे बाहर की तरफ सेपल्स है, 5 सेपल्स है, आपस में यूनाइटेड है, गैमोसेपेलस है। फिर पेटल सेपल्स के अंदर कौन सा एस्टिवेशन है, सेपल्स के अंदर वॉल्वेट एस्टिवेशन है। यहाँ पे पेटल्स देखोगे, पेटल में ट्विस्टेड, पेटल्स के अंदर ट्विस्टेड एस्टिवेशन है और वो भी 5 इन नंबर है और जुड़े हुए हैं, यानी कि गैमोपेटलस है। और स्टैमिन जो है वो पेटल से जुड़े हुए, यानी कि एपीफाइलस, एपीपेटलस कंडीशन है, और नॉट फाइलस, एपीपेटलस कंडीशन है। और बाइकार्पलरी ओवेरी है और एक्सियल प्लासेंटेशन है। तो ईबीआर मतलब ईब्रैक्टिएट, प्लस साइन का मतलब हो गया एक्टिनोमॉर्फिक, बाइसेक्सुअल फ्लोर है, K5 जॉइंट, C5 जॉइंट, A5 जॉइंट, यानी कि अब बात करते हैं गैमोसेपेलस, गैमोपेटलस और स्टेमन भी आपस में जुड़े हुए, यूनाइटेड है। गाइनोसियम के बीच नीचे अंडरलाइन दे रखी है, इसका मतलब वो सिनकार्पस ओवेरी है, और क्योंकि ब्रैकेट इज देयर, और बिलो लाइन का मीनिंग हो गया कि वो कौन सा फ्लावर है, वो हाइपोगाइनस फ्लावर है ना, और सुपीरियर ओवेरी है, और 2 कार्पल है और दोनों कार्पल आपस में यूनाइटेड है। अब इसके अंदर देखेंगे तो बीआर है, ब्रैक्टिएट है, ये भी एक्टिनोमॉर्फिक है, बाइसेक्सुअल है, लेकिन पेरियंत है, कैलिक्स कोरोला की जगह पेरियंत प्रेजेंट है, एंड 2 वॉल में प्रेजेंट है, 3+3, एंड बोथ आर यूनाइटेड। एंड एंडोसियम इज अगेन प्रेजेंट इन द 2 वॉल 3+3, एंड दे आर यूनाइटेड विद द पेरियंत, सो इट इज कॉल्ड एपीफाइलस। Okay, G again, the pistil is the flower is hypogynous and the ovary is superior, and again the carpel is 3 and they are united, so it's called syncarpus. So this is the diagram. Okay students, so this is the main difference between Solanaceae and Liliaceae. So students, I think you learn lot in this chapter and you enjoy this chapter, as you know that the morphology is very interesting chapter, and in this session you are lucky person that only flower and inflorescence and Solanaceae and Liliaceae family is there. A lot of content is reduced in this chapter, so enjoy this chapter, learn each and every topic of this chapter, and if you face any problem you can contact your teacher, you can contact with the your bio teacher and solve all, teacher solve your problem easily. Okay, so good day students, good day to all, and best of luck for your study. So good day again, good day.